Alright, what's up everybody? Today finally 2K17 has finally dropped. And man, I gotta say there are a lot of differences between this year's 2K and last year's 2K. So I'm gonna have to go through all of these, and specifically Mypark, because that's the big thing that's out right now. We need to know like everything about the Mypark, everything that changed, whatever is good, whatever is bad. So I'm gonna give you guys the tips that I learned out of playing Mypark for about, let's say, 6 hours now. So I've been playing Mypark for a long time now, and these are the first things that came to my mind as soon as I started playing Mypark, like within an instant. So we'll start off with the first one, and this one's probably the biggest one that was bugging me the most because it completely changed from last year to this year, which was running along the baseline. You know how you guys go to the corner and then you guys try to cut through from the corner and drive in to dunk? And like the 2K would, in 2K16, the computer would hold you back from going out of bounds. This year, when you run along the baseline, and if you make a mistake and move a little bit to the left, you'll go out of bounds without anything holding you back. So that caused for a lot of out of bounds plays, and I'm usually used to going on the corners and driving in. So this one bugged me so much, and it was so annoying. So it's so different from last year how it used to be. So that's the first thing that annoyed me. But there's more. The thing that I think everybody noticed is that in 2K17, the big guys are dominating. By that I mean, like, if you're a small guy and you're playing in the park, you're gonna get dominated most of the time, because 2K has made it so that the big people, the big men, they can dribble, they can shoot, they can drive in, they can dunk, and the smaller guys aren't gonna be able to do anything except for handle the ball. Of course, better than the big guys. So 2K has made it so that the big guys, like the centers and the power forwards, and the small forwards as well, are gonna completely annihilate the whole court. And if you have a team made up of big people with like a small forward, a power forward, and a center, you're gonna win most of the times. I'm currently using my LeBron James build, which I have a video about. If you guys want to learn how to make the LeBron James build, I'll link it in the description. It's perfect for like the 3-player Mypark, where you have the small forward, power forward, center. So if you're a small forward, you should go with that LeBron James build, because it's basically going to be like the court controller. He's going to dish out the plays, he's going to drive in if you want. He's an all-around player. So if you're going with the small forward, go with the LeBron James build. And then power forward, center, I got videos for that too. So I think the 3 best combinations in Mypark is having a small forward, power forward, and center. Because small forward can take the place of a point guard, power forward can take the place of like a small forward, and center is just a center. So you'd have like the best of both worlds, basically, on defense and on offense. If you got a team that's made up of, I tried this actually, if you got a team that's made up of point guard, shooting guard, and like small forward, or point guard, or like point guard, shooting guard, and then some other small player, you're gonna get destroyed if you're versing big players. Like if you're versing centers and power forwards, you're gonna get destroyed, because 2K17's park is completely different, and it's run by big people, by the big men. Another thing that I noticed is that it's a lot harder to shoot off dribble. So if you're dribbling and then doing all these moves, trying to cross over, and like, or you just ran up the court and you just finished dribbling and you try to shoot it, it's a lot more harder than it was last year, because now I don't know how to explain this, but they made it so that the square button isn't really the best option to shoot with. It's more of the analog stick. So if you're not used to using the analog stick, it's gonna be a lot harder for you to actually score your shots, because 2K is trying to get you to do that whole analog stick thing where you shoot with the analog stick and not with the square button. But either way, shooting off dribble is much harder. The best way to shoot, if you're gonna shoot, is when it's a catch and shoot. When somebody passes to you, you just catch it and then shoot it. That's the best way to score it. But off dribble, it's so difficult, much harder than last year's. Another thing that I noticed is that stealing is a lot easier. If you do a simple mistake, or if you dribble towards the player, like through the legs, and then you try to dribble towards another player and you bounce off him, the ball is going to roll off your hands, and then it's just going to be a turnover. So stealing has become like normalized. It's a simple pass that went wrong, or a simple spin move, or a move, or like dribbling. If you make a simple mistake in those things, the ball is gonna go off your hand. It's gonna be a turnover. So they made stealing really, well, not really easy, but much easier than it was in 2K16, which I kind of don't like that, because now it's really easy to like lose the ball and turn it over, and it takes the whole fun out of dribbling, right? But I also like it because of this next reason that I'm gonna say, which is you win if you pass. Basically, what I saw based off of the hours that I played on 2K17, the people that passed more are the people that won more. So if you're looking to rep up fast, your best bet is to pass the ball a lot more. Because if you have a player on your team that hogs the ball all the time, he's just going to keep dribbling and dribbling and trying to do moves, trying to break ankles, and then he's going to lose the ball, because now, as I said, it's a lot easier to lose the ball and get it stolen. So if you have a ball hog on your team, chances are you're going to lose. But if you actually have a team that does the whole concept of teamwork, they have a much higher chance of actually achieving what you want, which is to win, which eventually is going to help you rep up faster. You know, as I say, teamwork makes the dream work. And I don't mean like just keep passing the ball and like not watching where you're passing and all that stuff. I mean if you find an open man and you're not open, don't shoot the ball and pass it to the open man. I saw like, I was playing with this one guy. I don't know who we think he was, but it was really annoying. We would pass him the ball and he'd go up to the front, the top of the 3-point line, and he'd just keep dribbling, trying to break the guy's ankles, and we're standing there wide open. And now they knew that he was just gonna dribble, so they double teamed him, and he'd still dribble, and he'd keep losing the ball, and he'd keep getting it stolen. So he probably thought it was like 2K16 where you can just get out of it, but he needs to, you know, learn that the game's changed. So all you guys that used to do that whole Jamal Crawford crossover and think that the guy is gonna drop to the ground, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen anymore. If you want that to happen, you gotta go back to 2K16, because 2K17, I like how 2K17 did it. I like how 2K did it. They made it revolve more around the people that actually do the teamwork, which is passing. So those are my tips, guys. As I said, I've been playing 2K for a couple hours now, about 6 hours to be exact. And these are the first things that came to my head as soon as I started playing. And I noticed these like instantly. I'm sure you guys will notice it instantly too. But you guys can take the tips whether you want to take them or not. But this is the logic for 2K17 right now. And a lot of people have noticed it. I've asked a lot of people as well, and they all notice the exact same thing. So I'm sure if you guys implement these tips into your game, you guys will improve much more than you thought. So that's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like and subscribe, and